all of the players that were hurt. Kachuk was hurt for the Panthers. McAvoy was hurt
Hmm.
for the Bruins. I don't have all the list in front of me, but I know there were a
Right.
lot of nagging injuries here. Fans loved it. It was an all-star game that actually for the first time had real live play. I mean, these guys were beating the crap out of each other, and it was solid hockey. But do you mortgage the chance to win a Stanley Cup just for what is basically an exhibition?
Yeah, that's a very good question. I mean, although, you can go out on a random Tuesday night against Columbus and blow out your knee. It doesn't have to be in the Four Nations. I
But
mean,
at least it
you,
counts.
yeah, it counts in, a Tuesday in February. But yeah, I mean, any game is going to carry some inherent risk. And I mean, heck, how many times have you read about players getting injured in the shower or cutting their hands on steak knives or something like that? Although some of them I'm suspicious of, but that's another story, I guess. But yeah, but I mean, any sport, there's a risk, and you have to look beyond the individual to the greater good of the sport. Did the Four Nations tournament work for the greater benefit of the NHL? I would argue that it did, even though it had a lot of flaws. I mean, for example, Andrei Kopitar of the LA Kings is from Slovenia. And I think at the moment he may be the only Slovenian player in the NHL, maybe one other. There was one other, but I don't know if there still are. But, um, he didn't get to play in this kind of tournament, and he should have. The man has world class skills, but there was no Slovenian team. So it was great hockey, and I was certainly skeptical of the whole thing before it began, but then I started watching it, and you could see these players cared. There was hitting, there was checking, there
Yeah,
was patriotism and national pride in that thing, and the level of hockey was absolutely outstanding.
I
So I think for
saw
the
a
moment,
yeah.
that's the best option.
That's the other point too. It's the best option because the All-Star game was boring in itself. The skills competitions, I remember going to the skills competitions. As I mentioned, it was one of the nights we went in Sunrise, and I wanted my money back. It
Yeah,
was we paid as fans to go there. I took my wife, and we had we're big hockey fans. I turned her into a big hockey fan years ago when we got together, and even she looked at me and said, "Is this it?"
yeah.
She said to me, "I'd rather go to." She said, "I'd rather go to an NBA game," and I hate NBA games. It was.
Wow. Got to
She's not
work
an
on her
NBA
with
fan
that,
at
but,
all. She doesn't want to go. I indoctrinated her into the hitting of hockey, and those skills competitions were just awful.